Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today class we gonna learn about how to create a pivot table, pivot charts, and slicer. So we're gonna cover on the pivot table, how to insert a pivot table and drag field, pivot table by sorting data by value, filter data, second value field, and two-dimensional pivot table. And then we're going to create a pivot charts and then insert a pivot chart in the Excel, and then we're going to learn about the slicers. Okay, so the first one is pivot table. What is pivot tables? So pivot table is one of the most interesting features in Microsoft Excel, and it's called pivot table. Okay, and then pivot table allow user to extract, analyze, and visualize large data set from different perspective. Okay, and it can be viewed as interactive reporting tool without having to use formulas. An interactive report may include a pivot chart and also slices. Okay, so this is the Excel tutorial that we're gonna do. So the first one, this tutorial provide a set of insurance policy data taken from this website, and then it includes the data of 10 columns field of raw data and 500 rows of data in the insurance policy table. The fields are business policy, expiry, location, state, region, insurance value, yeah, and then construction, business type, earthquake, and flood. Okay, so the first of all, we're gonna learn about how to insert the pivot table. Okay, we're gonna learn on how to insert a pivot table. So we're gonna follow these steps. So the first one, you have to click to any cell in the raw data set, go to insert tab and choose pivot table and just press on enter, as it will create a new worksheet on the Excel. So we go to our Excel tutorial. Okay, first of all, you will select any data from this table. So I'm going to select this, for example, and then you go to insert and click on the pivot table on the left part of the tab, pivot table, and then just select the default and then click OK. So at this part, you will have the pivot table field. So rename the pivot table, this one, as pivot table 1, and then you can also rename this pivot okay. Okay, so when you have done creating the pivot table, go to the pivot table fields, and then we will select the location, region, and insured value to this column. Okay, so we're gonna go there and select the location, region, and insured value, but you have to make sure that you drag the field in the specific field at this field below. So the location is at the filter field, so we drag the location here, so it will be like that. So that is our pivot table. So you can filter the data. You can select here, for example, in rural area, there is the sum of the insured value. You can also select, for example, at this one, you can select this one is select all. You can select, for example, urban, and click OK. Click OK, and then here's the sum of the total, sum of the grand total of the insured value. So we go next to sorting data by value. Okay, so at this example, we're gonna sorting the sum of insured value from the largest to the smallest. So this is a really simple step. You're just gonna select on the data here, the sum of the data, and right click and click on sort, and you're gonna sort it from largest to smallest. Okay, so the data is sorted. So that's it for sorting data value. You can either select sort largest to smallest or either smallest to largest. Okay, so that's it. So you will see the sorting based on the smallest sum or the highest sum. And then we're gonna go to filtering data. So we added the location field to the filters area, so we can filter this pivot table by location. The previous example shows data in the rural location, and now you can see the most sum of the insured value in the urban area region. You just have to select this filter button, okay, to select urban or to select the rural area. So that's it for the filtering data. You just select this one I said before. Okay, this one is the filtering data. So okay, at the next part we're gonna learn about second data value. So we're gonna add one more column next to the sum of the insured value. So now we're gonna click on any cell in the pivot table and drag insured value into the data field, and new column will be added to the next column of the sum of insured value. And then we're gonna make it as a new data value, which is a percentage of the grand total. So you will get something like this. So we're gonna try it here. So we're gonna just click and drag this one to here, the values, the total. So we get another column of some value, but this one we're gonna create it a percentage of the sum of the grand total. So we're gonna go and show value as percentage of grand total. So you get the percentage of the grand total. So now we need to rename this one as percentage of insured value. Okay, so that is our percentage. So that is how we create the second value field. Okay, so we get another column which is the percentage of the grand total. So you can see the percentage of the insured value with the other location. Just select the filter here, and you can select the urban to see the percentage of the insured value. Okay, so that is for the second value field. And now we're gonna go to two-dimensional pivot table. Okay, what is two-dimensional pivot table? So two-dimensional pivot tables are created by dragging and placing different data fields in rows and columns areas. It gives more insight into data by generating a different view of data. So you may need to create a new pivot table. So like I showed you before how to create. you need to rename your new worksheet as pivot table 2. So first of all, we're going to create the new pivot table first. We go to our Excel and we go to our PVC data and we're going to create a new pivot table. So here we just click anywhere at the column, at the data, and go to insert and select on pivot table and just click as default and click on OK. So it will create a new sheet. You need to rename it so you will not be confused. So I'm gonna rename it as pivot table 2. So same goes to this one. You need to rename. You need to rename to the pivot table 2. Okay. This one you need to rename the pivot table 2. Okay. So that's it. You create a new pivot table, and then from the example 2, to get the total sum of insured valued from the perspective of business type in each location and region, drag the following fields to the different areas as shown in figure 11. This one. So the first one, you need to select the field and drag it to this one. The first one, row field is a region. Second one is business type and sum of insured value, and the last one is location. So we're going to select this first. Location, region, insured value. So make sure that you select location is here, region, insured value, and this one at the column is the business type. Okay, make sure you drag it to the right field. Okay, there we go, and we get the data here. So try filter the location to rural. The sum of insured value will change accordingly. So this one is urban. This one here select all. So you can select it rural, so it can just filter on the rural location or urban location. So depend. So that is rural location. Okay, now we're gonna go at pivot chart. So what is pivot chart? So pivot chart is actually like a regular chart, except they represent the data from the pivot table, or it is a visual representation of a pivot table in Microsoft Excel. And both pivot charts and pivot tables are connected to each other. So we will use the data in the pivot table that we created in the previous section for the creating the pivot chart. So let me go here. How to create the chart is just simply click the cell inside the pivot table and go on and click insert tab or pivot table analysis and click pivot chart and click OK. So we go to our table, and then we go here to pivot table analysis, and there's pivot chart here. Click it, and it depends on you to click on what type of chart that you want to create, what type of design. So and then just click on OK. So here is your chart, the pivot chart. Okay, like this. Okay, you might want to design your chart differently. Yeah, you can select any chart that you feel that is suitable for your pivot table. You can choose either one of that. And then next we go to slices. Okay, what is slices? Slices is the best way to easily and quickly filter the data by using slices. Okay, it's a easy and quick filter data. So slices look like a buttons that can select specific data like region, location, and business type. So to create the slicer, you just click on any cell from the pivot table in the previous example and go to pivot table analysis tab and click insert slicers and select location, region and business type. So we go to our Excel, just select any data here and then go to pivot table analysis and we go here, insert slices. Click on that. So what we're gonna select is region, location. What the other one is business type. So just click on OK. So here are your slices. So you just need to resize your slices so that it can fit to your diagram. Okay. So that's it. That is your slices. So it will appear 3 slices as mentioned, and you can resize for the better visualization. Okay, the sizes is like a button, so you can just click and the data will change based on change and filter based on what you choose. Okay, so that is for our tutorial today. So all you get here, you learn is creating a pivot table, and then you filter the data based on the location and create another column and then you make a pivot chart and also slices. So that's it for today. Thank you.